Good morning, everybody. We're Brooke here. We're going to do a 45-minute Pilates routine. I'm going to use some equipment today. I'm going to throw in a soft Pilates ball. You can substitute a cushion if you don't have a ball. I'll also use the loop, resistance loop, and a long band. Now, if you don't have those things at home, don't worry about it. I would just go ahead and do the workout anyway. And we're going to start standing up. We're going to come to the end of your mat. Just have a look at your feet. Check your feet. Toes and heels are in a line. Feet about hip width apart. Start drawing in your abdominals, slide the shoulders down away from the ears, and then take a deep breath in, reach your arms overhead, and then breathe out, come up onto your toes. Just find your balance there, and then reach your arms out to the side, lower your heels down to the mat, drop your chin to the chest, round your spine, and roll all the way down over your legs. Just waking up your spine, feeling that stretch to the back of the leg. Let your head hang, nod the head, yes, and then shake the head, no. Good. Add a little sway, side to side, swinging your arms left and right. And then come back to the center, bend the knees, scoop the abdominals in, and slowly start rolling yourself back up to standing. Just realigning your spine, shoulders on top of ribs, head on top of shoulders. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms overhead, and then breathe out and float up onto your toes. Good. Reach your arms out to the side, really stretching through the fingertips, and now lace your fingers together behind your back. Lift the arms up, look up to the ceiling, big inhale. And then as you breathe out, drop your chest down towards your legs. Let the arms drop away from your body. Feel another deep stretch through the hamstrings. And then again, nod your head. Just to slightly bounce the chest a little closer to the knees. Good. Let the hands come down to your mat. Bend your knees. Walk your hands forward, coming out into a plank. Breathing out as you come forward. Lift the head, slide the shoulders down away from the ears, and then we're going to lower the knees down to the mat. Breathe out, lift the knees back up. Try to hinge at the hips. Draw the knees forward. Come onto the tips of the toes. So try not to let the knees drop down to the mat. Good. 2 more times there. Down and up. Last one. Lift and hold. Now I want you to point your toes on your left foot. Lift it up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tuck the toes under, switch legs. Point the toes on the right foot, up and down for 5. Foot coming just to hip height, not too high. Everything staying in alignment. Last 2 and 1. Tuck the right toes under, lift your hips all the way up. Press into your heels, hold your stretch here for a deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend the knees, round the spine, and roll yourself all the way back up to standing. Good. Shoulders and head come up last. Take a deep breath in. Now we're going to turn your palms out and reach your arms behind you, leading with your thumbs as you really open up your chest, then lengthen through your fingertips as you reach the arms in front of you and all the way back down to your sides. Again, turn your arms, your palms out, lead with your pinkies, lift the arms up in front of you, and then reach the arms all the way back down to your sides. Drop your chin to your chest, start articulating your spine down to the mat, diving down towards the floor, towards your feet. Hang there for a moment, and then I want you to bend your right knee. Keep your left leg straight, and then switch. Bend the left knee with the right leg straight. One more time each way, right knee bends, and then bend the left knee. And then bend both knees, get your hands down to the mat, walk forward out into your plank. Holding here, head up, shoulders down, squeeze the glutes, zip the core tight, turn the knee out to the side, reaching that knee to the shoulder on the same side, and then switch, right knee to right shoulder, left knee to left shoulder. Try to open up your hips as you take that knee up towards the shoulder. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center. Just realign, reconnect with the deep abdominal muscles. Tap your right hand to your left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. Stay there for 8. Alternate sides. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your plank. Then lift the hips all the way up. Press into your heels. Hold your stretch here for a deep breath in. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Last time, bend the knees, round the spine, rolling all the way up. And once your shoulders and head come up, I want you to just circle your shoulders up, back, and around. 3 big circles back. And then reverse it, roll them forward. Good. Now you're going to wrap your hands around your shoulders. Just really wrap, kind of almost inching your fingertips along, grabbing the shoulder blades, and then lift your arms up in front of you. Lower them back down. So you can get a little bit more, a little bit wrap, a little tighter, and then you gotta lift the elbows up. And then lower them down. Take your hands back down to your sides. Drop your chin, round your spine, roll down over your legs. Soften the knees, walk forward, out into your plank, breathing out as you come forward. And then we're gonna do some push-ups. Bend your elbows in tight to the ribs. Exhale, press the mat away. Feel free to modify, dropping to the knees, down and up, head, shoulders, hips, all coming down in one line. Stay there for 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep the core strong. Last 2. And 1. Lower your knees to the mat. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch your arms. Stretch your back. Rest your head. And breathe. Good. Okay, change positions. Flipping onto your back and pick up your ball. I'm going to place the ball between your ankles and have your knees right above your hips, shins parallel to the floor. Got a neutral spine, so a little bit of a gap under the lower back. But start drawing the ribs towards the hips, start drawing the belly button in, lift the perineum, drag the sit bones together. Take a deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, lift your head and shoulders up off the mat and extend your legs long. Squeeze the ball tight slightly, turn your toes out and start pumping the arms. Breathing in for 4 beats, then breathe out for 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out. So looking towards the abdominals, try to draw down, make sure nothing bulges up or tense upper domes. Get the legs as straight as you can. Engage your quad muscles at the front of the legs. Lift the kneecaps up. Breathe, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out. Take the weight of your head forward. Take the strain off the neck by drawing the chin into your chest and your eyes looking down towards the abdominals. And you can also check the abdominals aren't lifting up as you move. Breathing in, breathe out. 2 more breaths. Breathing in. Try to get the shoulders a little higher up off the mat. Really lengthen through the fingertips. The bigger the movement of the arms, the more the abdominals are working. Let's do 1 more breath with big, strong movements of the arms. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Good. Now take the shoulders back. Draw the knees in. Take your hands behind your head, elbows really wide. We're going to breathe out as we lift the head and shoulders up. Squeeze your ball. Scoop the belly button in as the ball squeezes. Inhale, drop the shoulders, bend the knees. Exhale, shoulders high, legs long, and squeeze. Scoop. As you exhale, inhale down. Last one. Lift the shoulders, stretch the legs, and see if you can roll the ball. Right leg over left. Twist towards that right leg for 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one. Elbows wide. Squeeze the ball between the ankles. Inhale down. Take a breath. As you exhale, lift the head, lift the shoulders. Left leg over the right. Twist towards your left leg for 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one. Squeeze the ball. And then breathe in. Drop the shoulders. Bend the knees and remove the ball. Good. Take your hands behind the knees, draw your chin into your chest, roll yourself up to sitting, and prop yourself up onto your elbows. Scoop the core in tight. Imagine a little belt just over the navel or just under the ribs, drawing down towards the mat. And then we're going to stretch your legs out long. Lift up out of the shoulders and then circle the legs all the way around from the right to the left and then hold at the top. Reverse the movement. Go from the left down over to the right and up to the top. Reversing the movement each time, reversing the direction. So clockwise, circle around and freeze. Lift up out of the shoulders. Counterclockwise, long straight legs, circle around and hold. Now hold at the top. Turn your toes out slightly and then lower the right leg down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, left leg down. Exhale, lift. 1 more time each way, down and up. Last one, down and up. Good, now I need to lower both legs down, and as you lower the legs, just start lifting the chest up and reach forward over your legs. Stretching out nice and long, and then breathe in, realign your spine, shoulders on top of ribs, head on top of shoulders. Breathe out, tilt the pelvis, scoop the abdominals, point the chest, really squeeze the legs together as you roll down to the mat. Take a deep breath in. And then breathe out, lift the hands, lift the head, peel your spine back up and reach forward. Straighten up the back. Curl the spine, rolling halfway back, hold here. And then we're gonna twist the left arm to the back corner of the mat. Inhale to the center. Twist the right arm to the right corner of the mat. And center. 1 more time each way, just left and center. twist right, and center. Now go down one click further, point your toes, squeeze the legs together, and lift the arms up overhead, breathing out. Inhale, lower them back down. Exhale, lift up and hold, try to get the arms right next to the ears. Inhale, lower back down. 2 more, breathing out to lift. Breathe in to lower. Last one, lengthen through the fingers, lengthen through the toes, long limbs, and down. And then we're gonna roll the spine the rest of the way down to the mat. Good, wrap your hands around your knees, hug your knees into your chest, a little bit of movement side to side. Okay, take your hands behind your head, knees come up to tabletop position. We're gonna be an imprint here, flattening your lower back. Lift the head and shoulders up, and we're gonna turn right elbow to your left knee. I want you to lower the shape of the legs down towards the mat, keeping the shape of the shoulders. Lift the leg back up, down, and up, and then we change sides. Left elbow to right knee. Now lower that leg and the knee down towards the mat. Breathe out, connect that right knee back to that left elbow. One more time, lowering the legs down. Exhale, lift up, switch. Try to connect elbow to knee. 2 times, lower the shape of the legs. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Switch. And again, 2 times, down and up. Slow movements, down and up. And from here, we just flow from one side to the other. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your shoulders, draw your knees in, just circle the knees around, and take a breath. Good. Okay, now lift the knees back to tabletop, ribs to hips, belly button pulled in, little bit of a gap under the lower back, so neutral spine. We'll lift the head and shoulders up off the mat and come into our double leg stretch. Both arms and legs long, scoop, and then tuck the knees to the chest. Breathe out, extend, and bend. 2 more like this, head and shoulders up off the mat, chin into your chest. Last one, and then pull the knees into the chest. Now we're gonna alternate legs out. So left leg, arms overhead, inhale, tuck. Then right leg out, and tuck. 4 more, left, and tuck. If the neck is starting to strain, you can let the head come down to the mat. Last 2, and back, and 1, and back. Let the head come down, take a deep breath in. Again, we're gonna take your hands behind the head, breathe out, lift the head, lift the shoulders, stretch your legs long, turn your toes out, just rotate the legs outward, scoop the belly button in, and I want to circle the legs outward, heels come together, and lift back up. Just one more leg back, circling the legs apart, away from each other, and then back up, and then drop the shoulders down to the mat. Good. Okay, toes up to the ceiling, just get a nice stretch through the backs of your legs. Sink your shoulders down to the mat, move your feet around both ways. Then point the toes, head and shoulders come up off the mat, hold the right leg, left leg drops down. Pull, pull, switch legs. Good, stay there. 8 and 7, last 6 and 5, 4, shoulders away from the ears, belly button in tight, lower back into the mat. Last one, I want you to hold that leg. Straighten the leg, lift the chest. You can pull the leg off the hand for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, change. Exhale, hold chest high, pull the leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the shoulders down, draw your knees in, take a deep breath. Now I'm going to do similar movement, toes up to the ceiling, head and shoulders up off the mat. But I want you to flex your feet. So we're going to feel more stretch through the hamstring. Hold the right leg, pull, pull, switch. Keep that strong, flex the feet. Stay there for 8 and 7, last 6 and 5, 4, shoulders away from the ears, belly button in tight, 2 and 1, and then recover. Shoulders back, knees in. Take a deep breath. Good. Hands behind the knees, chin to chest. Roll yourself up, and we're going to grab our loop. Feel free to grab a quick sip of water as you change positions. Give the loop around both your feet and right, just up over your knees. Have your hands directly beneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Scoop your belly button in, and we're going to hover your knees just an inch or so up off the mat, and then stretch your loop for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lower the knees down, slide your loop under your left knee, and extend your right leg back. Point your toes. Shoulders down away from the ears. Now lift the right leg up. Inhale, lower. And lift and lower. Stay there for 6 and 5, 4, 3, last 2. Hold the next one up. Now flex your foot, bend your knee, and then extend the legs. Hold the foot to the back wall. Bend the knee. Knee drops down to the mat. Heel stays in line with your hip. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5. Think rib to hip connection. Zip the core up and away. 3. Last 2. 1. Extend and hold. Take the toe down to the mat. Zip the core up and away. Tap the foot out and in. Up and over. Up and back. Stay there. 6, 5, 4, 3. Really stretch the leg. Lift the kneecap. Get long, straight legs. Last one. Hold the toe at the corner of the mat. Point your toe. Rotation. Turn out that leg and then lift at a diagonal. And lower. Up and down. Both arms stay straight. Your spine stays right through the middle of your mat. Both hip bones pointing to the mat, so try not to twist or tilt your pelvis. Stay there. 4, 3, last 2, and then hold the last one up. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lower the foot back down to the corner of the mat. Slide the foot back to the center line, and then bend your knee and point your toe up to the ceiling. Pull your ribs up into the body. Press your mat away. Imagine you're ripping your mat in 2, pulling your hands apart and pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more set, a little higher. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your right knee down. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch your arms. Circle your wrists. And then drag your hands back, just shaking out any tension through the shoulders. Good. And then change position. So we're going to start with, let's actually start with that as we started before, with the band right up over both knees. And we're going to hover the knees again. Scoop the belly button in tight and press the knees out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees down. Now slide the loop under your right knee. Extend your left leg back. Zip the core up and away. Press the mat away and lift that leg up and down. For 8. Now keep your standing leg, your supporting leg strong. You should still feel a little bit of a burn through that muscle. Try to use that and just keep that hip really strong. 4 more. 3, 2, hold the last one, flex the foot. Now bend the knee, heel comes into the hip, knee drops down to the mat and extend. Full extension, bend and extend. Really lift the back of the knee up to the ceiling. Stay there for 6. Check your rib to hip connection. Make sure the ribs aren't starting to sink down towards the floor. 4 more. 3, last 2. 1, extend and hold. Toe comes back down to the mat. Zip the core up and away, press the mat away. Tap out and in. Up and over, up and back. For 6. Lifting that foot up as you tap out, up as you tap back. So big, energetic movements. Everything else stays still and stable. 2 more. Hold the last one. Point the toe, rotate the leg out, and then lift the leg up at a long diagonal. Hold at the top. Inhale slowly down. Exhale, lift up and hold. Make sure you're not bending into your right elbow. Lift, hold, and release. Stay there for 5 and 4. Last 3. Make each one count. A little pause at the top. Holding the last one up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down. Take the foot back to the center line of your mat. Right hip is over the right knee. Both arms straight. Bend your knee on the left leg. Point the toe up to the ceiling and pulse up. 8, 7. Big lifts like you're trying to poke holes in the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift a little higher. Pull the ribs up and away. 1 more set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knee down to the mat. Take the band up around the right knee and just stretch out, sitting back onto your heels. Open your knees apart and slap your ribs down between your knees. Stretching your arms out in front of you. Okay, drag your hands back. Wrap the fingers together behind your back, lift the arms up, and place the fingers in front, round the shoulders. Good, now change positions. Take the loop off of your knees and keep it around your hands. So your thumbs are outside of the loop, but your fingertips are through that loop. We're gonna round the spine, scoop the abdominals in, and roll yourself halfway back. I'm going to come onto your tiptoes if you want to advance this. So lift your heels up. If you want to keep it at a lower level, just keep the feet flat. I'm going to go down an inch. As you breathe out, inhale, lift up an inch. Down an inch, up an inch. Stay there for 6. Make sure the knees stay in line with hips. 5. Last 4. 3. Really scooping and hollowing the core. 2. Hold the last one. Breathe out, stretching that loop as you lift the arms overhead. Inhale, lower them back down. Really reach through the fingertips, straight arms. Lift and lower. 2 more times. Up and down. Last one. Lift and hold. And then take the hands back to the knees. Just drop your heels, straighten up your back. Inhale. And then breathing out, back into your C curve. Tilt, scoop round the spine. Roll back. Float up onto those toes if you want that extra challenge. Turn to the left. Go down an inch. Up an inch. Tuck and lift for 6. Stretch your band. 5. Last 4. Stretch your arms. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go straight over to the other side. Turning to the right corner of the room. 8 tucks. 8, 7. Gathering the belly button in a little tighter each tuck. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Stretching that band. Stretching through the limbs. Last 1, take the hands back to the knees and sit up just to realign your spine and stretch out your back. Now with your next exhale, we're gonna roll all the way down onto your back. I want you to extend your arms out in front of you, feet flat on the mat. Just tilt the pelvis, gather the belly in, start rolling yourself all the way down, 1 vertebra at a time. Good, and now just kind of walk your feet in a little closer towards your hips. Press your lower back down into the mat, scooping the belly button in. Take a deep breath into the sides of the rib cage, expanding the ribs out like an umbrella. And then as you close that umbrella, breathing out, we start peeling the spine up off the mat. So articulating 1 vertebra at a time, all the way up until you're in a nice high bridge. Now pull the knees a little closer together, button your ribs a little closer towards your hips, and then lift your right toe to the inside of your left knee. Just hold that position, lengthen through your fingertips, and then kick the toe up to the ceiling. I want you to flex your foot, lower the arms as you lower the leg, point the toes, you lift the leg back up to the ceiling. A little stretch on that loop, just pushing the band, hands out into the loop. Stay there for 6, and lift. 5, hips stay level, parallel to the floor, left knee stays in line with your hip. Everything tracking perfectly, slow, controlled movements. Last 2, long, straight legs, long, straight arms. 1 more, down and up. Hold. Now lower your right foot to the mat, lift the hips a touch higher. Take your left toe to the inside of the right knee, just hold, pulling that knee into your chest. And then stretch the leg up to the ceiling. Flex your foot, lengthen through the heel as you lower the leg, lower the arms down to the mat. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Stay there for 6, 5. Strong exhale to each lift. Last 4, 3. Right knee in line with hip, pelvis level with the floor. 2, and lift. Last 1. Up and hold. Now lower the left foot down to the mat. We're going to reach the arms all the way behind you and then melt your spine slowly down to the floor, 1 vertebra at a time. Good. Now let's actually swap the loop for a ball. Have the ball in your hands, and I want you to squeeze your ball as tight as you can, or your cushion, whatever you're using. Imprint your lower back down into the mat, scoop the belly button in. We're going to come up onto tiptoes with this one, so heels high, and start peeling your spine up off the mat. Slow exhale, 1 vertebra at a time, until the hips are nice and high, knees a little close together, ribs to hips, and then take your right toe, touch the inside of the left knee, lift that right toe up to the ceiling, and then small circles. 8, 7, keep squeezing the ball as you circle the leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift everything a little higher. Reverse your circles. 8, 7. Stabilize the left knee. Keep the pelvis level with the floor. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right toe comes down to the mat. Heels high, hips high, narrow waist. Left toe touches the inside of the right knee. Left toe up to the ceiling, and then your small circles. 8. Squeezing your ball. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Freeze and hold. Lift a little higher. Reverse your circles. 8 the other way. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the left toe down to the mat. Reach the ball all the way behind you, and then melt your spine down to the mat. Good. Okay, drop your heels. Place the ball to the side. Pick up your loop again, or a band. Anything can work, just as long as you're kind of stretching something right over your shoulders. We're going to lift the hips up one last time. Lift the right knee up, and we're going to do a bicycle pedal with this right leg as you stretch that loop or that band. Stay there for 5, 4. Think nice, healthy movement through the knee. Ankle, knee, and hip all in a line. Last one. Hips a little higher. Reverse your pedals. 5 the other way. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the right foot down. Lift the hips a touch. Left knee comes up. Pedal forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then reverse it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Slow movements. Last one. Take the foot back down to the mat. Now keep your hips high. If you're using the loop, just turn your pinkies out to the side. If you have a band, stretch it. Just pull your band as you lower your elbows down to the mat. Lift it back up to the ceiling. Stretch your band. Hips stay high. Inhale it back up to the ceiling. Let's stay there for 6, 5. Narrow waist, knees pulling together. 4. Squeeze the glutes. 3. Work into your shoulders and your biceps. That's 2. And 1. Lift the arms up. Reach the arms all the way behind you, and then slowly melt down to the floor. 1 vertebra at a time. Good. Okay, pop your band or your loop away. Hands behind your knees, knees into your chest, chin to your chest. Roll yourself up to sitting. Hold your balance. Knees in, feet high. We're going to take the hands away and just lower down and up. Breathe in and out. Feel free to modify by holding the backs of the knees and just making it a little bit smaller. Try to keep your feet lifted. Try to get the shins almost parallel to the floor. Stay here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And I want you to hold the backs of the knees with the last one. Stretch those toes up to the ceiling. Give the knees close to the chest. Bend your knees. Extend the legs. 2 more. Down and up. Last one. And lift. Now as you bend your knees, I want you to take your hands towards the corners of the mat behind you. Knees into your chest. Now lower your knees to the right side. Kick the toes out to stretch the legs. Bend the knees, roll over onto your left hip. Your shoulders stay still. Extend the legs. Bend, roll over to the right hip. Stretch the legs. Bend the knees, roll over to the left hip. Stretch the legs out. And back. Let's go one more time each way. Lift up out of the shoulders. Right side, right legs extend. Back to the center. Roll over to your left hip. Extend the legs. Back to the center. And then extend your legs out in front and just slide down, stretching through the hamstrings, dropping down over your legs. Pull your toes in, just flexing your feet. Slide your right heel forward, slide your left heel back, just lean towards that left foot. And then switch the orientation of legs, left heel forward, right heel back. Just lean towards your right foot. And then back to the center. Good. Okay, grab your long band. Again, feel free to have a little sip of water as we change positions. We're going to focus on upper body here for a moment. Feel free to sit higher onto a brick if you need to. Good. So sit on the middle of your band. Just extend your arms out either side. Now make sure your spine is nice and straight. So your ears are right above your shoulders, which are above your hips, which are above your ribs, above your hips. So everything's stacked up perfectly.
Extend the arms long, slide the shoulders down away from the ears, draw your abdominals in, and start circling the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sit a little taller, narrow the waist. 8 more in this direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sit as tall as you can. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the arms down. Take a breath. Take the hands in front of you. And then lift the arms straight up to the ears. And then lower them back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Try drawing the belly button in as the arms go overhead. Let the breath kind of leave as the arms go up. So use that exhale to give you a little more power to lift those arms up. Stay here for 4, 3, last 2, and hold the last one up. Now bend your elbows, elbows into a W shape. Extend, arms up overhead. Bend and extend for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Lift and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then reach your arms all the way out to the sides and roll your shoulders back and forwards. Good. Take your hands out to the sides, out into a T one last time. Lift the arms up to the ears and then out to your T. Lift and lower. Stay for 8, 7, chin up, chest up. 6, core strong. 5, long arms. 4, last 3, stay with me. 2, and 1. All the way down. Just roll your shoulders out. Take your hand up over your head, touch your ear to your shoulder, other hand to the, or hand to ear, hand to shoulders, lengthen that neck. Take a deep breath in, and let it go. Turn your head down towards the floor, gently pull the back of the neck. And then just holding the back of the head, turn your toe up, knee. God, I'm losing it today. Nose up to the ceiling, hand to shoulder, hand to ear. Again, lengthen out the side of the neck. Turn your nose down towards the floor. Pull the back of the head, and then up to the ceiling. Just roll your shoulders back and forwards. Okay, pick up your bands, stretch your legs out in front of you. And sit up as tall as you can. Let's actually cross the band so you have a little X in front of your feet. And then pull the elbows back, put the shoulder blades together, and forward. Pull back and forward. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm going to lean forward, extend your arms. You may need to slide a little more length through your hands, just extending the length of the band as you extend the arms behind you, elbows above and behind your back, working into your triceps. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, take the band away, and we're going to flip onto your side, but grab your loop again. Get the loop around your feet, just over your knees. Again, if you don't have a loop, don't worry about it. Just do the movements without. Prop your head up. We're going to have the bottom knee bent and the top leg straight. So that top leg is just kind of pulling a little bit to the back edge of your mat. But push your top hip forward and zip the core in tight. Lift the leg up and down. Lift and lower. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the leg down. Now kick the leg forward, back, up, and down. Sweep it forward and back. Lift and lower. 4 more. Forward. Foot stays in line with the hip. Up and down. 3, back, up, down. Last 2, back, up, and down. 1 more. Forward back, up, and down. Now extend your lower leg, heels together, toes turn out, shoulders back. Bend your knee points up to the ceiling, kick the toe up to the ceiling, and then flex the foot, heels come back together. And bend the knee, extend the leg, flex the foot, heels back together. 2 more like that. Knee to ceiling, shoulders back, stretch the leg, flex the foot, heels together. Last one, knee to the ceiling, toe up, flex the foot, and draw back together. Now point the toes, squeeze the glutes, try to lengthen your body, lift the legs straight up, bend the knee, and then sweep the toe along inside the lower leg. Again, that lower leg stays hovering up off the mat, but lift, bend, and sweep. 2 more, lift, bend, and sweep. Last one, lift, bend, and sweep it together. Now you're gonna bend your knees, take your knees slightly in front of you, lift your feet up, and then open the knees out like a little diamond shape. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the last one, go a little higher, a little higher, a little higher, and then knees come back together. Again, lift up and hold, a little higher, a little higher, a little higher. Back together last time, lift up and hold, a little higher, and then as high as you can, take the knees back together, drop the feet down, and just tap out that hip. Just any burn, just gonna tap it away. Just reach your arms up behind you, just stretch towards the back hand, and then circle that back arm over your head, just to the hand in front of you, and then reverse your circle, sweeping the arm back behind, stretching through the fingertips. One more time, sweeping over your head and down in front, and then switch sides. Prop your head up, take the bottom knee forward, top leg is straight, so a little bend in the bottom leg. Top leg straight again, pulling that foot towards the back edge of your mat, keeping your hips stacked, drawing your core in tight. Lift the leg and lower. Up and down. Stay there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Little pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the foot in line with the hip. Kick it forward, back, up, and down. Again, swing forward, back. Foot stays in line with the hip. Long, straight leg. Feel that hamstring stretch. Lift and lower. Last 2. Feel these hips working. Up and down. 1 more. Forward, back, up, and down. Now extend your lower leg. Heels together. Toes turn out. Shoulders back. Bend your knee. Knee points up to the ceiling. Kick the toe up to the ceiling. Flex foot, heels back together. Bend, knee to ceiling, toe to ceiling, stretch through the heel as they come back together. 2 more like that, slow movements. Nothing else should move, just that top leg, but bottom leg is strong and straight. The muscles that aren't moving are still working. Your core is working, that lower leg is working. 1 more in this direction. And reach, point the toes, lengthen, straighten up your body, and then we'll reverse the movement. So it's straight leg up. Then we bend and then sweep the toe along the lower leg. 4 more. Leg goes up straight. Then we bend, sweep, and squeeze. 3. Bend, sweep. Last 2. Bend and sweep. 1 more. Bend and then draw those heels back together. Let the feet come down to the mat. Bend the knees slightly. Knees coming to the front edge of your mat. Lift your toes up and then open the knees out for 8. 7, full range of motion, high to low. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Go a little higher than as high as you can. Knees back together. Just check your posture. Lift, and then go as high as you can. Breathe in, knees come all the way back together. Last time, lift and hold, a little higher, and then as high as you can. Draw the knees back together, drop the feet down to the mat. Just pat out that hip. Extend your arms out into a T. Keep the knees kind of facing the front of your mat. Try to reach the back hand to the floor behind you. Then circle that arm over your head to the hands in front. And then reverse it, just drawing a little rainbow with that hand. All the way behind, reaching, stretching through the fingertips. 1 more time, arm goes overhead. to the front, and then we're just gonna straighten out the legs and roll all the way down onto your front. Good. Okay, now take your feet to the edges of your mat. So turn your toes slightly out, heels turn in. Reach your arms out to the corners of the mat with your thumbs pointing up to the ceiling. Scoop the belly button up and away, and then lift and lengthen your spine as you lift the arms up. Hold. Inhale, lower all the way back down. Exhale, lengthen, lift up and hold. Keep the feet stuck to the mat. Inhale down. 2 more. Just reach, lift, and lengthen. Hold. And then down, last one, reaching like you're lifting a heavy box in front of you and holding there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way back down. Now pull your elbows in as you lift your chest. And then inhale down. Really open up the shoulders, open up the collarbone, fingertips above your elbows. And down, 3 more. Again, scoop the belly button in. Try to tilt the pelvis so the pubic bone's a little heavier than your hip bones. Last one, hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now relax your upper body and lift your feet up. Cross your feet, kind of wrap your ankles around each other and open your knees quite wide. Now we lift your knees up off the mat. Stay there for 6, 5, 4, keep the core tight, relax the shoulders. 2, the last one, we're gonna extend the legs and squeeze. Ankles are still crossed. Bend the knees, switch the cross of your feet. Open knees wide, scoop the belly button in, just lift up that lower back and pulse up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the legs, squeeze the inner thighs, and the feet come down to the mat. Uncross the legs, but keep your heels tucked together, toes turned out. Stack your hands one on top of the other. Rest your head on the back of your hands. Then lift your chest, lift your legs. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and lower. Stay there for 4, 3, last 2, and hold the last one for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let everything come down. One last variation, step your feet apart again, extend your arms apart. So you're in an X through the middle of your mat, hands and feet to the corners of the mat. Lift everything up into a Superman pose. Stretch the fingers, reach to the toes, and add your quick flutter. Taking it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and freeze. Stretch a little longer, lift a little higher. Last set. 8, 7, 6. Take your feet apart. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let everything come down. Hands under the shoulders. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch out your lower back. Rest your forehead on the mat. Take your right hand to the right edge of the mat, stack your left hand on top, and reach those fingers to the right corner of the room as you sit back into your left heel. And then left hand to the left edge of the mat, right hand stacks on top, sit back into your right heel as you reach those fingers out towards the left. And then take the hands back to the center. And let's flip over onto your back. Remove your loop if you have the loop around your knees. Just cross your right ankle over the left knee, hands wrap around the back of your left thigh. Open up your shoulders, let your head relax down to the mat. Pull the knee into the chest and add a little bit of rocking left and right. And then just hold it in the center and pull in a little closer. Switch the legs, left ankle over the right knee, hands around the back of that right thigh. Open out the shoulders, let the head come down, a little bit of movement side to side. Good. Then lift the right leg up, extend your left leg long, so you can kind of climb up to the back of the calf and then flex and point your foot. Finish with the foot flexed. Take the leg out to the side for your inner thigh stretch. Keep your left hip down. Hold for 1 breath. And then cross that leg over across the body, keeping the right hip down, still flexing your foot, straightening the leg out, pulling that leg in. And then down, just extend your right leg, left leg goes up to the ceiling, hold the back of the knee, and then climb up so you can get to the back of the calf. Flex and point. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish with a flexed foot, drop the leg out for your inner thigh stretch, right hip stays down. And then cross the leg over for the outer thigh stretch. Keep the left hip down, flex the foot, pull that leg in towards your shoulders. And then back to the center. And just
Draw your knees into your chest, lift your chin into your chest. You're in a tight little ball. Roll yourself all the way up. Flip yourself over to all fours. Slide the shoulders down away from the ears. We're going to drop the chin to your chest, round your spine, coming to a big cat stretch. Back to neutral spine. Walk your hands closer to your knees. And then again into your cat stretch. And down. Step the hands away. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees up. Dig into those heels as you lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. And then walk your hands back. And then again, hold. Just press into your heels. Tailbone up to the ceiling. One more time. Step your hands back towards your feet and hold. And then all the way back. Let your head hang. Just gently nod your head yes. Shake the head no. Bend your knees. Scoop your abdominals in and roll yourself all the way up to stand. And just realign your spine, shoulders and ribs, and head up last. Float all the way up into a balance. Narrow the waist, and then reach your arms out to the side. And just swing everything out. Good. Well done. Give yourselves a little round of applause. Hope you enjoyed that stretch and strengthening all those muscles. We're back again tomorrow morning. So subscribe to the YouTube channel and keep coming back. See you soon.